The San Andreas Fault is one of the largest faults. This transform fault runs down the length of California. This fault is 800 miles long and lies between the western edge of the North American plate and the Pacific plate. This splits California from Cape Mendocino to Mexico. The massive scope of this plate is not the focus of this video, though. While most people believe that the likelihood of earthquakes along the fault is almost completely inevitable, most people don't know the danger they're really in. While in many places like Marin County and San Luis Obispo County, you can clearly see the fault and its powerful divide, while in other areas like Los Angeles and San Bernardino, the fault is almost unnoticeable. This has made it easy for people to build large housing communities, highways, and commercial areas on top of this ticking time bomb. While most Californians think that the time bomb is a overreaction, recent scientific studies have shown that this fault is capable of an 8.1 magnitude earthquake. Most of the tension as well falls in the southern end of the fault. According to studies, roughly every 22 years there is a 6.0 magnitude earthquake. But according to one study that was published by the journal Nature, the writers hypothesized that the fault has come to a stress point, allowing a massive 7.0 earthquake to occur in the southern part of California. The reason it's happening in the southern part is because chronologically, the middle and northern parts of California have experienced earthquakes more recently, where Southern California is due for an earthquake of a large size. The San Andreas Fault, at its closest point, lies 31 miles north of Los Angeles. The United States Geological Survey wrote a study that said that the earthquake could be as bad as 7.8 magnitude in Southern California, and hypothesized that almost 1,800 people could die and a loss of $213 billion in damage just from one earthquake. How to protect yourself from an earthquake. While a massive earthquake, there is little to do but plan and attempt to protect yourself from horrible falling rubble. Most survival experts suggest that you establish a place to meet after the quake. For instance, a park, a bus stop, or even a large empty field. Many people always ask, why an empty field? Because there isn't anything above you. While most people always envision an earthquake as the ground splitting beneath your feet, in reality, the most harmful part of an earthquake is when structures collapse and rubble falls from above. These horrible things are all eliminated when you get into an empty area where nothing can fall on you and you can just allow the ground to shake between your feet. But in some cities like San Francisco, where they understand the inevitability of earthquakes, they've tried to plan even against buildings falling. For instance, the Hyatt in the main shopping area of the city is built with a large amount of sway. This means that when the ground shakes or heavy winds come, the building can actually move a little bit instead of being so rigid, whereas in conventional structures, there's absolutely no flexibility. And this creates a large amount of hazards, such as fire and building collapse. Another way to help protect yourself if you're trapped inside of a building during an earthquake is to get in a door jamb. A door jamb is the rectangular hole that's made for your door and is one of the more stable parts of your house. This can protect you from falling ceilings and furniture and lamps. Another very important way to protect yourself with inside of a building is an earthquake triangle. This is where you find two sturdy objects, for instance, a chest of drawers and a bookcase. And you put that bookcase at a diagonal on top of a chest of drawers to make a right angle. This right angle is extremely sturdy and will actually move debris along the slope towards the ground and not on top of you. This means you'd go underneath the bookcase to protect yourself from any falling objects. And after the earthquake has settled, you do need to get to an empty area because after tremors are extremely likely within earthquakes. This, unfortunately, is a very large reality on the San Andreas Fault. But some of the myths are that it's going to split our state in half. Los Angeles will never fall into the ocean, and Napa will never stop producing wine. The most important thing to know about earthquakes is that yes, they are dangerous, but no, earthquakes are not part of a fictional movie. They are real natural disasters that need to be taken seriously. And with these prevention techniques and methods that we have shown in this video, we are hoping that you can protect your family and loved ones. While they can cost billions and kill thousands, if we do enough to protect ourselves, we can minimize the hurt and pain that can come after a large earthquake along the San Andreas Fault.